Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and I'm kinda starting to doubt my decision to go into the jungle today. Of course I'm flooded. The longhouse where I live, where I and only I live at the moment, surrounded by water. Well, I still have the concrete bridge to get to the road, but since there was that much water since last afternoon, guess the jungle will be really boggy and muddy too. Spent a couple hours in the coffee shop negotiating to buy rare jungle durians and frozen tree shrews for dinner. But the jungle is still quite wet. And then I came to my friend Ringus, who said he's been waiting all the time to go with me to hunt for the red ant. So today, I guess I'm not going into the deep jungle, I'm going ant hunting. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And when life gives you too much rain, you don't go into the deep jungle, you forage more closely to home. Cannot go to Syrian today, Boo. Today I go hunt for red jungle ants. Makan, what do you call ant in Malay or Bidayuh? Semut. Okay, go to hunt for semut. Yeah, as I already mentioned, the area is flooded, but you can see that the traditional houses, they don't mind. You really need a catastrophic flood to incommodate those people. The houses are on stilts, and even before they had roads and other modern facilities, everybody had a nice bamboo platform in front of the house where you could spend a lot of time waiting out the flood. The red ants are the bane of Southeast Asian fruit picking. Cannot remember how many times I saw some really tasty fruit somewhere on a tree. I climbed it and then I jumped down screaming because of all the painful bites. A red weaver ant colony can have up to 100 nests on different trees and up to 500,000 of soldiers. That's 500,000 little guys trying to bite you. And they defend not only the colonies, but the whole trees. So that's gonna be fun. They like a lot the soursop trees. There is one in the back, and Ringo says they also like this tree a lot. And we found a couple nests, but they are very high. So I think he wants to try and avoid climbing 8 meters, because while you climb, you get bitten. I think this is some sort of monk's pepper tree. So let's look for a slightly shorter monk's pepper. Oh, the people are afraid to run over the stupid white man who is filming in the middle of the road. Very polite people. In other countries they would be honking. Here they are just patiently waiting. Yes, I know this one honked. This one honked because he knows Ringos and he said hello. You know, I live in Germany and I'm from Bulgaria, two countries where people honk when a honk is an insult. But in many other countries, like here, a honk is usually hi. In this case, they just knew each other. The very diverse gardens of the Bidayuh people in Pichin village. A lot of typical tropical and Southeast Asian fruit trees, but also endemic Borneo trees, like the huge jungle mango with the huge leaves here. Also around us a lot of secondary vegetation. We are in the fruit season. Lots of different fruiting rambutan trees. The air smelling of durian. Lots of edible herbs and weeds around here. I don't know even half of them, but the ones I know, some of them are quite plentiful in this area. Here again, this tree where the ants like to nest, but climbing this one would be a big problem. But I don't see any nests here. I see two things which seem to be old nests. I see one nest up here, but it's quite smallish. I see a very small nest somewhere here. Nah, I don't know if this is enough for lunch. We've split up in order to cover more ground. Here is the next tree. No nest up here. Same thing here. Two branches are missing here. Maybe somebody did some recent red ant harvesting, taking the low-hanging ants. He says that is easier. Let's see. He must have found some which are easily accessible. I don't even see where the nests are. Yep, that's when you get into the jungle vegetation, away from the trails. You never know how high everything is gonna get. This is the edible flower. I think this is some relative of elephant apple, and they used to roast and eat the flowers. Yeah, when we entered here, it looked like we have just to walk knee-deep between the ferns, but now we are already hidden in the deep and scratchy and itchy vegetation. Where is it? I don't even see it yet. Here, yes, one over there. Yes, now I'm seeing one. Let's see if I'll spot another one. Pitcher plants, those are good for finding water in the jungle. Here are the pitchers, but we are not after the pitchers today.
Don't touch it.
Otherwise they will attack me.
Otherwise they awake.
Okay. We wait for them. I see another nest here in this tree. You need one or two nests? See, up there is a big nest. And this is the nest they saw before. Sorry? Too sour?
Community dinner. If someone take this is the first. The first one will people take it.
So very tasty.
Not so very tasty, but every time chicken meat like that.
This is unusual. This is traditional and rare.
Unusual.
That's
not every day.
That's why people eat it first. So how many nests do we take? One or two?
I think one is this, and this is enough already.
So we take two nests.
Not the high tree. This is enough.
Okay. Otherwise it's too sour. Well.
Here is my...
I also have some you have big plastic bag. Okay. I've never harvested red ants before, so I need to learn how to do it. I only once saw a video where people were poking the nests with a stick and the larvae were falling out, but I guess this is the more clever method.
Not, there is no hole. Need a new hole. If there is hole, it will come out.
Okay, so we need a new plastic bag without any holes. Because those stingers, well, those bites are vicious. When I was a little kid, I had a book. When I was in kindergarten, I had a book, and there was one chapter about those ants. Since then, I've dreamed to see them. Then I was so happy when I first saw them in Southeast Asia. And then I tried to take a fruit from their tree, and then I was not so happy anymore. So those ants eat a lot of small insects, especially everything that lands on their tree and that can damage their tree. Except for the aphids. Like many other ants, they keep aphids for the tasty sugar secretion. So basically they eat the other insects for protein to get to build their bodies, and they milk the aphids for the tasty sugar, which makes them hyperactive. So, can I help you with something? Okay. Wait, the nest exploded. Look at that mass of red ants. Oh my, look at that. And they even got me. A lot more of them got him because he is closer to the action. Well, he is the action. Ringus is the village's giant sting bee hunter. So some ants are not scaring him. That does not mean that he likes to be bitten. That just means that he has a higher threshold than other people. Go away. Okay. We take the other nest or not? Wait. Okay, let's see. Oh, on your ear, wait, on your neck. Oh, no, they're on your back. They're on your hands. They're on your head. Okay, one more. Okay. Guess we got most of them. A couple will escape from the plastic bag, but he made a very tight knot, so most of them are trapped inside. So in a rainy day, they are inside the nest. Yeah, normally they take it in a rainy day, but he was so nice to do it today, so I can film it better, because if it's too rainy, I don't think my phone will do it. Now we take this one. Okay. Okay, where should I stand? I don't want to stand somewhere where the tree with the nest is falling on top of me. I know you would like me covered in red ants, but I want to avoid it now. I'm gonna stand where I stood last time. You might not get the best view, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. First he's removing most of the surrounding vegetation. Very carefully, as to not upset the ants. Oh, already he did upset them. They are exiting the nest en masse, looking for the enemy, which is for the enemy who is climbing their tree. That's gonna be fun. This nest is much bigger, and they're already agitated, and they're coming. Here it comes. Timber.
Very good, no?
Oh, okay, now it's a little bit too fast.
How many is here? Two?
Huh?
Two mesas.
It was one, but it's split in two. Yeah, now it's two. Also there is one on this. Also here on the other tree, you see this branch which is hanging down? One more nest here.
Yeah.
The one with the big leaves, the one with the tasty yellow flowers. There is... well, I think... there are almost no larvae in this part. See? That's... okay. Now they are attacking me and not just a few. Enough already? Run already? Okay. Run for your life. Okay. I just film it and I still get attacked, and he must have like 10-20 times more ants than me. Leave my belly fat alone, you little sons of mothers. Ow. Actually, it's quite okay. Not too many. On your t-shirt, you have some on your t-shirt. Another one is biting me. In my clothes. Get out of here. Okay, enough fun for you. In this case, my parang was actually just hindering me because I cannot remove my clothes so easily with the band. We didn't even use it. He did all the work with his parang. But yeah, that's why you never go out of the village without a parang. There might always be something tasty to harvest. Sometimes the tasty stuff are a couple nests of red weaver ants. One perk of this ant hunting is that at random times, even much later, you find random single ants who just manage to reach and attack you. Ringo's just saw that the paddy is flooded. No grain likes too heavy rain shortly before ripening, and the rice paddies, well, they are built to accumulate water. So during heavy rains, just a couple weeks before harvest, that's bad. That can destroy a lot of work. This used to be a small ditch, and now, yep, the rice field as well as the grassy areas around here are flooded. Very bad for the people who planted this one. You can already see the small unripe grains. It's not good when they are in the water at this stage. Ringo's made a very tight knot. No more ants coming out. Now I understand why you need a completely new plastic bag. Because after he removed the ones that jumped on him during the harvesting process, now he can walk in peace. Ringos is showing me different herbs. We just spotted the fish poison plant. You can use the roots of this thing to stun the fish and then catch them with your hands from the river. Now comes the tricky part. How to get them out of the bag without getting stung. By the way, we are right now in the durian harvest and make record amounts of tempoyak, or fermented durian paste. What do you do with the bidayuh? Throw.
Throw away. Throw.
No, the neighbors don't have pigs or something here. I heard that pigs like to eat those. You don't feed them to pigs here in Pichin? Babi? Babi makan ini? No.
Throw. No, babi.
In other villages they say they give them to the pigs. The wok is being carefully preheated to a certain temperature. I guess you want to kill them, but you don't want to make everything into charcoal. Then the knot is being carefully opened. And now to the interesting part.
plastic look at.
Plastic is the traditional way of the Bidayuh to collect the ants. How did you do this before plastic?
This plastic was not quite plastic.
No, last time, before have plastic, in the old time.
We just guni.
Okay, now we have to kill all the ants very quickly before they can get out and bite us. Yes, it might look quite cruel, but it's a traditional way to use the wild nature resources around here. Those people have done it for thousands of years without the plastic bag, I guess. So don't complain. Also, it's a pretty fast death. The ants are so small that they burn within a very short time span. Now I think they are already dead, except for the very few ants that managed to escape. We removed the wok from the fire. Well, not we, I'm just standing around lazily and filming. They removed the wok from the fire. And yes, they speak pretty good English, they understand everything I say. And then we start cleaning the stuff. What is the good part to eat? The baby or the adult ant? Everything. You should eat the baby and the adult ant. So they just remove the leaves. No. I'm a vegetarian. Saya tidak makan daging. Well, yeah, it's the standard discussion when you say you don't eat meat and people give you chicken or fish. Well, here they have a lot more options except just chicken and fish. Here they can also give you ants. They don't. If you don't consider the ants daging, what do you call them? They are not fruits. They are not a vegetable. They are not a biji. What are they?
The name is Isha.
Isha
Yes.
is a type of food.
Yes.
So insects are a separate type of food. No meat, no plant, red ant. As I've heard, I've read about some cultures who eat mostly the ants, some cultures who remove just the larvae and pupae, and here it seems they eat the ants and the larvae and pupae. And here the adult ants are very sour, and that's why they don't want to take too much, because you will ingest a huge amount of formic acid. A very valuable survival food. I mean, a large part of Borneo, the original jungle has been cut. There are huge swaths of secondary vegetation where this tree the ants prefer is very common. These areas of secondary vegetation are usually quite poor in huntable animal species, but quite rich in ants' nests. So I'm a vegetarian. For me this is of less importance, but basically for survival in Southeast Asia, they actually live in a quite big area from India to Australia, and then they have another area of distribution in Africa with different species. So in quite a huge area of the world, this is a more or less easily available protein resource if you don't mind all the things. Now comes the tricky part. How to get them out of the bag without getting stung. By the way, we are right now in the durian harvest and make record amounts of tempoyak or fermented durian paste. What do you do with the biji, Ibu? Throw.
Throw away. Throw.
No, the neighbors don't have pigs or something here. I heard that pigs like to eat those. You don't feed them to pigs here in Pichin? Babi? Babi makan ini? No.
Throw. No, babi.
In other villages they say they give them to the pigs. The wok is being carefully preheated to a certain temperature. I guess you want to kill them, but you don't want to make everything into charcoal. Then the knot is being carefully opened. And now to the interesting part. Plastic is the traditional way of the Bidayuh to collect the ants. How did you do this before plastic?
Plastic also. That's why plastic.
No, last time, before have plastic, in the old time.
We use guni.
Okay, now we have to kill all the ants very quickly before they can get out and bite us. Yes, it might look quite cruel, but it's a traditional way to use the wild nature resources around here. Those people have done it for thousands of years without the plastic bag, I guess. So don't complain. Also, it's a pretty fast death. The ants are so small that they burn within a very short time span. Now I think they are already dead, except for the very few ants that managed to escape. We remove the wok from the fire. Well, not we, I'm just standing around lazily and filming. They remove the wok from the fire. And yes, they speak pretty good English, they understand everything I say. And then we start cleaning the stuff. What is the good part to eat? The baby or the adult ant? Everything. You eat the baby and the adult ant. So they just remove the leaves. No, I'm a vegetarian. Saya tidak makan daging. Well, yeah, it's the standard discussion when you say you don't eat meat and people give you chicken or fish. Well, here they have a lot more options except just chicken and fish. Here they can also give you ants. They don't. If you don't consider the ants daging, what do you call them? They are not fruits. They are not a vegetable. They are not a biji. What are they?
The name is Isha.
Isha
Yes.
is a type of food.
Yes.
So insects are a separate type of food. No meat, no plant. Red ant. As I've heard, I've read about some cultures who eat mostly the ants. Some cultures who remove just the larvae and pupae, and here it seems they eat the ants and the larvae and pupae. And here the adult ants are very sour, and that's why they don't want to take too much, because you will ingest a huge amount of formic acid. Very valuable survival food. I mean, a large part of Borneo, the original jungle has been cut. There are huge swaths of secondary vegetation where this tree the ants prefer is very common. These areas of secondary vegetation are usually quite poor in huntable animal species, but quite rich in ants' nests. So I'm a vegetarian. For me this is of less importance, but basically for survival in Southeast Asia, they actually live in a quite big area from India to Australia, and then they have another area of distribution in Africa with different species. So in quite a huge area of the world, this is a more or less easily available protein resource if you don't mind all the stinks. After removing the big leaves, they are looking for all the small plant parts. You don't want them in your dinner. You just want the tasty ants and the tasty ant larvae. They told me they're gonna make them with nice coconut milk. So they say when your nose is clogged, You just catch a couple ants. I mean, they're everywhere in the trees. You squish them and you breathe in the smell, and that will clean up your sinuses like nothing. Some of the ants are being slightly salted and then put into the freezer. And there is a naughty cat running around on the roof, disturbing the video. Rice is being boiled, and when it's ready, the ants are being added. Coconut milk is being added. Unfortunately, this one is not homemade in the traditional way, but from the supermarket. Then everything is being stirred. Then the mixture is being boiled again. Is it already good to eat?
Already good.
Already good. What does it taste like? You put what? You put salt inside?
Salt.
Salt, ants, rice, water, and coconut milk. That's all. Five different ingredients. Making a nice. What is this? Bubur?
Yes.
Making a nice bubur or mash from ants, rice, and coconut milk. I'm sure it is delicious, but since I decided to be a vegetarian a long time ago, I can not try it.